What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review. And as you guys can see, today we're going to be taking a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Batman. And oh my gosh, I've been waiting a long time for this figure. The moment I saw those promo images and even just the display, I was like, yep, I gotta get it. You guys know Batman is my most favorite superhero, so I am beyond stoked to play with this figure. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at that super sexy packaging. Now, for those of you who don't know, I turned off Spider-Man PS4 tonight to do this review. I just got the midnight release, but I'm so stoked for this figure, I gotta do it. And as you guys can see, Revoltech has the super sexy packaging as always. You got amazing Yamaguchi powered by Revoltech right there. Cool image of Batman right there. Series number 9 Batman DC right there. Window packaging, of course. Badass pose on the top. Cool image right there on the bottom. Badass pose on the side. Badass pose on the side, and a bunch of badass poses on the back. Now, you guys know Batman is my most favorite hero of all time, period. So I just had to dish out this review because I'm super stoked to play with this figure. Now let's go ahead and get this guy out of the packaging so we can see what this figure is all about. Now, straight out of the packaging, I gotta say that Revoltech did a wonderful job. The paint and sculpting and detail is all there. The figure looks phenomenal. That's one thing I have to give them. Straight up and down, this figure looks and screams Batman, and it's just not a regular Batman. It's that badass Arkham City, Arkham Knight feel Batman, and I dig that. I've wanted something like this that's been extremely poseable, which is exactly why I knew I had to get my hands on it the moment that they showed the prototypes. I just knew I was going to have this, and I can't wait to see all the poses I can get this guy into. But just as far as looks go, this guy is phenomenal. And for those of you who do vanilla poses, this figure probably won't be for you, but if you're someone who really just likes to pose stuff around, I can already tell you this guy is probably going to work wonders. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and put him back to show how tall he stands, and I will talk about the rest a little bit later in the review. Now, to the top of his bat horns, he stands just a little bit under 7 inches, so he's actually pretty tall. I'd say about 6.8. He's a tall figure, and still that doesn't mean he's not going to fit in scale with 6-inch figures, but it does mean that he's going to tower over a few of them. And of course, I'll show that off a little bit later in the video once I get to the size comparisons. Let's go ahead and check out that articulation. Now, in terms of articulation, I kind of played myself by removing the neck from the joint that it connects to, but as you guys can see, it's still on there, so I can show it off well enough. He looks up about that much, down about that much with the neck. He can lean forward that much to look down, which works really well. He can tilt to both sides, and of course his head does have tilt and can turn all the way around. His arm goes up that much. He does have a built-in swivel right there, but that joint is kind of ugly, but you guys know that. It's the Revoltech joint, so of course you can move it forward and a little bit, cause him to kind of cross his arms if you wanted to do that, but it doesn't work very well. He doesn't have a swivel down here, but he does have a swivel actually at the elbow, and it's only because of this joint. It bends about that much. Same thing for the wrist peg. You can move that however you want to, and I dig that. He leans forward that much with the diaphragm joint, amazing. Back that much, but of course you get a little gappage if you go too far. He can turn and everything at the diaphragm and at the waist, and he can also crunch at the waist, so that even makes it even more effective. Now, for the belt, it's also articulated. Like I said, you can move that around, and I think this is for, depending on the poses that you get him in, you can make it match and probably just have it to where the belt's not in the way. I honestly think that's the reason they did that. Now, for the legs, his foot goes forward that much. Once it goes back, it kind of curves out because of that back butt, you guys already know. And the splits that much really well. He does have a thigh swivel. I love that. Now, the knees are something new. I guess this is a hinge. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it works. So we're going to go with it. When you see that bend right there, just know it works, like I said. Now, foot goes down that much. That is awesome. Foot goes up that much. He does have beautiful ankle pivot, and of course he has a toe hinge. So articulation wise, this guy is all there. Phenomenal. Now for the part that made me really contemplate whether I wanted to do this review or not, the accessories. As you guys can see, he comes with his default normal smug looking face and a pair of fist hands. He comes with a pair of trigger holding hands for the grappler gun. He comes with a pair of stylish palm hands, which, I don't know, these kind of look like something Spider-Man would do, but I mean, I guess it's cool. I don't really care much for these, but I'll probably use them in a few shots, who knows. He comes with a teeth gritted face, which I like this, and at the same time I don't like this. I think the skin tone is far too yellowish. I wish they would have went a few tones lighter. I think that would have made it look a little bit better, but I mean, I can dig it, I can work with it. The only thing I don't like is the butt chin. That is real bothersome, but I think after I pose it around a little bit, I probably won't even notice it. Just something that caught my attention. Now he comes with a pair of hands for holding on to his cape, and this is for the signature pose that they show off on the side, which actually looks pretty cool. I like that they went with this idea. I just don't really like how they executed the cape. He comes with his grappler, of course, which has a hand attached to it, which I dig this. Therefore, you don't ever have to worry about wiggling this into this hand. And this piece right here, which is the shooting part of the grappler, is actually attached, so you can't remove that. This is going to stay that way. He comes with the grappler, of course, and it's this black and gold color that looks really nice. It feels like really cheap plastic, but I mean, it looks nice, so I don't know. I can work with it. Lastly, he comes with this batarang that is really cheap looking. It's just painted black and it's sculpted this way. This is pretty much all you get with this. Now I wish he came with two so you could get a dual wielding effect, but yeah, this is pretty much all you get with the batarang. Now moving on to the part I don't want to do. Now if you thought that this cape looked crappy in the promo pictures, you thought correct, because that's exactly what it is. It comes with a whole lot of confusing pieces that amount to absolutely nothing. This cape is atrocious. I don't know. I mean, I've seen some cool poses done with it, the display poses, but this just looks like, I don't know, this is trash. I don't know why they did this. I don't like this at all. I understand Revoltech is all about posability, but this is, in my opinion, worse than Tamashii Nation's plastic capes. This is not cool. This is horrible. This, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I know it sounds like I'm just tearing it apart, which I am, but this is awful. I'm sorry. I don't know any other way to put it. Just look at that. And I mean, of course, it's not meant to be posed like that, but it just looks like crap. This is not something that I have the patience to work with. And to make matters worse, that's not all the pieces to it. As you guys can see, you got all of this crap right here that looks like, I don't know, pieces broken off of whatever the hell, I don't know. Then you have more pieces, but that's not it. Guess what? You get even more pieces. What is all of this for? What is the reason? Like, I know that this is supposed to be cool, and for the people that this works for, congratulations. I'm glad that this figure works for you, but this is just not cool. I don't like that at all. And honestly, it makes me question how I'm going to take cool pictures at the end of this video, because I'm really just tempted to remove this neck and put the custom cape I got on it. But if I do that, then the end of the review is going to be all fake review, because it's not going to be the actual figure that came. It's going to be the figure that came with an accessory I bought for it. So that being said, that's how I feel about the cape. As you guys know, all of this crap is connected by the Revoltech joint. So yes, you can move it around, and whatever reviewer has enough patience to deal with this, you have my thumbs up, because Animated Heroes does not. Now moving on from that monstrosity to the size comparisons, here he is standing next to a bunch of Batman with cool capes. You got the Mafex Armored Batman, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Mafex Justice League Batman Tactical Suit, which I just reviewed. Go check that out if you haven't seen it already. Next up, here he is standing next to my two favorite Marvel Legends, the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sasquatch Wave Deadpool, and the Marvel Legends I don't know what wave Scarlet Spider. That is an absolutely awesome figure. And as you can see, he towers over him. Now, lastly, here he is standing next to some 7-inch figures, the DC Collectibles Greg Capullo New 52 Batman and Nightwing figures. And as you can see, they tower over him, so he definitely fits in the middle between 6 and 7-inch figures. Now, for me to give my final thoughts on this figure, first thing I'm going to have to do is completely forget about that disgusting, horribly unthought of, terribly executed waste of time, waste of space, piece of trash cape that we saw earlier in this review. We're not even going to discuss that. On to the figure itself, I gotta say that Revoltech knocked it out of the park with the figure. I see what they were going for, and they did a really good job executing it. I like the articulation, I like the design, I like the paint, I like the sculpt, and honestly, they are slowly working around getting through those ugly joints. I mean, if we could find something that could fix this shoulder issue right here, I really think Revoltech could do well making extremely posable figures that look nice and just have great attention to detail. They really do have it, and that's one thing I love about Revoltech. They do deliver, but something about them, I just can't keep their figures. I don't know what it is. I had Deadpool, I sold it. I had Spider-Man, I sold it. I had not Gwenpool, Gwen Stacy, I sold it. I can't keep their figures. I don't know what it is, but considering the fact that this is Batman 9 times out of 10, I am going to have this. The Bad Batman. I love this. This is going to be something I know I'm going to enjoy posing as soon as I can get this computer piece off of his back right here and get that new cape plugged in. It's definitely going to be a wrap for this thing right here. So anyway, that's my review of this figure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is late tonight, and I can't believe I'm even dishing this out. I'm supposed to be playing Spider-Man. It's September 6th, 2018, so you guys know that midnight release came out, but I'm not going to talk about that anyway. If I had to rate this figure, I'd give it I don't know, 7 out of 10. It's cool, it's fun, and I mean, it's everything you need in a posable Batman figure, so I'm cool with that. Anyway, that being said, this is my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more content, and of course, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below. Hit that bell icon if you want to be notified every time I upload a video, and as always, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.